to one and all for the LKG program 2022-2023. Let's begin the program by invoking the blessings of the Almighty with a prayer song. To make this morning a blessed one, may I now invite Reverend Brother Shajan Anthony, our principal, and Reverend Brother Jacob, our primary in charge, and Martina ma'am, our gathering coordinator, to light the lamp.
Little girls, all the students who have welcomed you with their singing and also the prayer and introduced me and introducing others also. Don't they feel so cute? Yes. So let's give them a big round of applause. And see, their former school is starting, though they are in the UKG, their former school is starting over this year only. Because last 2 years they have been behind the screen, now and then they used to come to the school. So that's that they have, but still they are very confident to welcome the freshers and also the fresher parents. Right? Well, esteemed Mrs. Padma Juluri, by profession as an educationist in a training center. Guest speakers of Ms. Mariana and Mr. and Vivek Reddy, Brother Jacob, primary in charge, and Ms. Martina, the new academic coordinator, members of the staff, and each of you, dear esteemed parents, a very warm welcome to you one and all for this inaugural session, which, as you know, is meant to facilitate that much awaited initial appraisal and promotion of rapport with your esteemed parents for our newly arriving kindergarten students. Though we expect it to be a warm day, but God has been so gracious to send showers and made the day much more fuller. And also with these little flowers, with the few children welcoming all of us, is representing welcoming you too. So let's give a big round of applause for all the guest speakers today. Well, it's a well-known fact that national character depends upon the efficiency of its educational system. Established in 1953, LFHS is fortunately a partner in this education mission. When we are privileged to contribute our might in making this nation socially forward, spiritually enlightened, and politically astute. And let me bring to you this glad tidings, taking yet another leap in history. This historic institution this year celebrates 70th year of its founding. 1953, July 1st, we took in a small wing from All Saints and marched towards this campus, and today it has grown up to, in the presence of the nation, the 70th year. We will have a grand celebration later stage, but to this year we will be focusing on making the children back to school. That's the prime objective. It has been a strong conviction of a founding father of a Montfortian institution, St. Louis Mary de Montfort, which was the right side. You will see this portrait. There is Montfort, that the school should not be visualized merely as a place of a formal learning, but rather as a living and organic community, primarily interested in training the students in the gracious art of learning. Indeed, schooling is where a child formally begins to be initiated into the gracious art of living. We all know that the making of a beautiful marble statue out of the chunk of a marble rock is not a magic, but a systematic process. Thus, we talk about every human person's process of becoming. I invite each one of you, dear parents, to fully cooperate with us and actively partake in this great task of animating the lives of your child in this process of his or her becoming, on a serious note. And on our part, we assure you of golden opportunities and splendid occasions for your wards on the road to their perfect in the art of living. The unprecedented decision made by the new NEP to do away with the mark system and to introduce a more and more comprehensive evaluation system of gradation, wherein greater emphasis is on all-round development of the child, is to be seen as a great trendsetter for all of us, and take note of the unique kind of evaluation process which is termed as CCE, namely continuous comprehensive evaluation, which gives due emphasis to both summative evaluation as well as formative evaluation, done through terminal examination as well as periodic internal assessment to really speak about more comprehensive definition of education. Hence, may I say, we need more all-rounders. Yes, we need great performers. It's my prayer and wish, dear parents, that you bless your child in this regard as #1 facilitator to become a true performer and that too a true all-round performer. The school rightly called the temple of learning. It aims at all image, personality, development of the student. The students learn to give and become the things that they do with each other. So that's when our earnest request is to take the responsibility. And secondly, another important aspect as the growing years come now, another important person coming to our life is mobile or electronic gadgets. If a child is just restless, crying, immediately they get into the what that you have been busy with. The children are great observers. So second time they will try to grab what you have there, and they try to meddle with that. And therefore, all the time, immediately if the child cries, you are trying to give your mobile phone. This at this year of till the fifth, I am in the 6th or 7th primary school, you shall not get addicted to this mobile phone culture to the children. So therefore, my earnest appeal to you, take charge of your own responsibility, that you not shut down your responsibility. So we are sure from the management and staff from the High School, we will leave no stone unturned to mold your children into responsible citizens of the country. In order to achieve this, we look forward for the support and cooperation from the parents. Once again, I welcome each one of you wholeheartedly for this institution. Once again, you are the moment that you are taken by choice, you are taken an admission to this institution. You are part of a portion, which is of a large international family. So once again, welcome to you all. Thank you.
New school year has begun. Hope you all are ready, my friends, for a winning time ahead. We had a wonderful time all month and offline during the first year at school. We did many activities like coding, solving, and coloring, which we liked very much. Offline interaction with teachers brought joy and motivated us to come to school and attend regular classes, sports competition, fashionista, and when they practice in school was an experience of learning with fun. I hope you all will have an exciting time this year. All the best.
Of honor, Ms. Padma. Padma ma'am, MA in Education. She is a management professional in the education and training sector. For the last 3 decades, she has been associated with work ranging from mentoring, teaching, training of teachers and students. She has also been associated with the soft skill development of students. Over to you, ma'am.
Wonderful parents here of the LKG students, and a warm welcome to the academic year 2022-23. Before I start anything, I would like to thank Brother Anthony and the entire management and the wonderful pre-primary section of LFHS for inviting me over and giving this opportunity to share some thoughts I don't call it as a speech or advice or anything like that. Some words of wisdom, some learnings as a parent of a toddler. My toddler is now 35 years old. So, things have changed in the last 35 years. When I sent my toddler for the first time to LKG, even I put him in LKG directly. There was no daycare, there was no nursery. There were anxiety, there were separation pangs. I was not worried. But he thought it was a short-term thing, going to school 1 week and then we are done. So he said, how long more after 1 week? He said, I've gone 1 week or school is over, enough. So then we had to, kind of tell him that it'll take time, you have to study higher classes, we have to build all that in also. But see, those are the kind of things that will be in the children's head. That okay, first day is exciting, second day is exciting, and then slowly, how long more? Poor things don't realize it is a 12 plus 2, 14-year journey in school, So we need to mentally prepare them for that as well. So as a parent, as a teacher, I have been a pre-primary teacher, pre-primary coordinator, and they have been the best years of my life. Ma'am just read out my profile and she said I'm into training and soft skill training and all that. Yes, I do all that. But any day, give me pre-primary children and I'll be happy to be with them and work with them. They're so cute. You saw the two of them, Tamanna and Adish, how sweetly they spoke. And I think to stand at an age of 5 and a half and speak to such a large audience is very commendable. And that stage fright and all is always there in children. So obviously, teacher training has been so good. They've been able to, get the students to also moderate the whole program. So it's fantastic. As a teacher and now as a education management consultant and training teachers across the spectrum. I've been working with higher education, so I work with teacher education colleges as well, B.Ed, M.Ed students, B.Ed, M.Ed faculty, and also schools, teachers in schools. Things have changed over the years, and last 2 years have been very difficult for everybody. The present first grade has not been to school at all, but they finished LKG and UKG online. So you can imagine how much of anxiety it is for them as well. The first, and they have full day school. At least LKG I think is only half a day school. Yeah. So half day school is okay. 3-4 hours they spend and they can go back. But first grade is a full day school, and I remember my own anxiety when I was taken to pre-primary for the first time. I didn't want to go, and actually my home and school there was just one compound wall, so I could see my mother from the school. I could see my mother, and I wanted to go back, but I was not allowed to go back. So those kind of anxieties are there, and then you shift from pre-primary to first grade. I remember that the afternoon was very difficult for me. So they used to give us half an hour sleeping time after lunch. Sleep for half an hour and then do a little exercise and then some more classes we used to have. So that's how it was structured. So today I'm not going to bore you with too many things. I'm just going to share a few pieces of advice as a parent. How many of you have anxiety? How many of you as parents have anxiety that my kid is going to be separated from me for 3 hours or 4 hours a day? Please raise your hands. It's normal. It's normal. Because you're taking care of the child so much, full-time attention. Suddenly the child is not there and for 4 hours you have a void wondering. Please drop that anxiety, because there's a wonderful set of teachers over here and very loving. All of them are very motherly and very caring. So please drop that anxiety. Enjoy the pre-primary journey of your child. Enjoy every milestone, every new thing he or she comes and tells you back at home. So definitely have a proper daily routine for the children now. With COVID, I think these kids also don't sleep before 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. That's what most parents complain, most of the younger children. And I ask, why is their kids still awake at 10 o'clock or 11? No, they don't sleep before 12 o'clock. They don't sleep. So time now is that we're hoping schools will run like physically in the classroom, please make sure children sleep early. And for that, maybe you also have to make some adjustment. Maybe you also as parents have to sleep a little early, modify your routine, have dinner with them a little early, and make sure they get up early. That is number one. First thing is little bit of modification in your routine and their routine, so that they're up early and they can come to school fresh, they're not sleepy in the school. That's one. Second thing is always, when you're dropping them, if you're dropping them every day, have a standard goodbye plan. Every day the goodbye should not be different. It should be the same kind of goodbye which tells them it's time to separate for a little while and then you're coming back. You must also tell them who's coming back to pick them up. What is the pickup plan? So that gives them a lot of comfort. It gives the children a comfort, and that routine of goodbye being every day builds a pattern. See, children work on routines. So once you set a goodbye routine properly, and you don't get emotional, please, you don't start crying when you're leaving the children. It'll definitely affect them. So that's the second one, have a goodbye plan. Third thing is, talk to them about the school at home positively, and when they come back also, what happened. Let them tell you every small, and pay attention. Please give them 100% attention. Don't be diverted with your mobile phone or office calls or anything like that. Just 10 to 15 minutes, sit with them, talk to them, let them tell you everything. They come back with so much of news and information what happened in the school. So give them that time and attention, both parents, mother and father. Do give them some time and attention, and active listening. Listen to everything they are saying. Read between the lines also. If there is something you need to pick up, and talk to the teacher. That then you can check that out. And clear and constant communication with the teacher is also helpful. Direct communication. Please do not get into any side conversations with other parents, and discuss your child. Your child is unique. So the teachers will be taking care of them, and so any problem, I think directly if you talk to the teacher. And now the communication mechanisms are also easier. When I was teaching pre-primary almost 25 years ago, there was nothing. It was only parents had to come to the school and meet me. There were no numbers given, residential numbers given. There were no mobile phones. So now communication channels are also easier. Teachers have a little bit more responsibility of responding. So use the channels and have a clear communication, remove any communication gaps to make the pre-primary journey of your child a happy one. Another thing could be maybe have, if there is any neighborhood child who's coming to the same school and is in the same class, let them be friends so that they have an emotional connect in the classroom. They have a friend in the classroom. And that makes a little bit easier, that I have a friend in the classroom, and the initial adjusting. Once they get adjusted, they will start loving it. Once they start to settle in, they know who's there in the class, the atmosphere, the physical atmosphere, the emotional distress is gone. They'll start enjoying the school, and they will love coming to school because of the activities. Any doubt, as I said, please talk to the teacher directly. And if there are any other doubts, as any one or two questions I can take if you have, but I don't want to make it too long because I think they're all working parents. So I wish you all the best, and I wish this journey to be a happy one for the kids. And let's hope it will be COVID-free and there is no break, and they will come to school for the complete academic year and graduate to UKG next year. Wish you all the very best. I wish the school also all the very best. Thank you so much
for your words of wisdom. We will surely follow your guidelines. Am I right, parents? Yes. Thank you. Now we have our guest speakers, Ms. Mariana and Mr. Vivek sir. They are going to share their experience with you. Thank you.
Before I could begin, I will take this opportunity to thank the principal, the vice principal, the guest of honor, Ms. Padma, Ms. Martina ma'am, the faculty, the coordinator, Jessica ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I remember the first day I was gathered here, I was as anxious as you were. Too many questions as to what's going to happen with my child. Did I first take up the decision of having the child join here? So first thing I would like to say and address will be, you have done the amazing thing that you could have done to your child. I believe we all look forward to giving the best. And Little Flower is the best education institute. I would call it an imperial institute. Now, one thing that really caught my attention today while brother was talking, he said overall development or all-rounders. I think as a communication specialist, even when we talk to people, that's the first thing we ask, if the person has that holistic character or a trait. And here the children are groomed like that, okay? So as a parent, I have seen that transition, okay? So apart from, the curricula, they have amazing extracurricular activities, that they emphasize on. That's one best thing about the school. And second most thing that I have seen is usually when, or in this current phase where we are talking about holistic development, where we are talking about communication skills, where we are talking about, having traits, having a positive attitude, right? Now, like you've seen, the children came here, they were very confident. That is with every child in the kindergarten, you will see that, okay? So about the curricula also, they have very different and unique curricula. So now, after 20 years, I've seen organizations that emphasize on voice and accent. And I was so overwhelmed seeing this school pick it up from this age. So I can understand that even at a formation, because they believe, or I got to know from them, that these formation years are very important. So during my first orientation, we had a chief guest who actually spoke about social skills. That's an amazing thing I have heard, and for somebody at this age, we talk about social skills. And yes, the school also puts in efforts. Now, if I have to talk about the extracurricular activities that they have, it's really amazing. Okay, you have dance competition, you have sports. They even have question answers where the emphasis is on oriental skills, right? That's exactly, we talk about the orientary skills, that's very important. They have emphasis on all that. And most amazingly, one thing that is very impressive about the school or the management here is, like the brother said, it is from 1950s. So even my dad studied in the school. He was being a part of the school. Every person that I was meeting, even my son who was admitted here, his family, our family doctor, has studied in the school. So every person who I encounter, the first thing I usually ask them out of habit is, where have you studied? So that happens with us. So and the person would say Little Flower or some institute related to Montfort. And we are being in managerial aspect of it when we hire somebody. We have engineers, when you go back to Chennai, they have an amazing institute where we hired engineers from there. So Montfort is huge. The curriculum is very unique. The emphasis is rightly, like the brother said, holistic development, making them all-rounders. For us, education, I believe during LKG was ABCD. Here, I was amazed the first quarter, my child would play with crayons, glitters, he would enjoy coloring, he would enjoy, telling stories. Miss Akshi ma'am used to be there. Wonderful moral and value stories. So this is important, that makes us happy, seeing the child happy, isn't it? We want the child to enjoy everything that, he wants to do. If he's enjoying singing, the school provides them with that opportunity. If he's a good dancer, the school provides them with that opportunity, So that holistic development is here. And like I said, in the initial stage, oratory skills are very, very important. We understand the importance of it. This school has given lots of emphasis on that, giving every child that extra attention that they need. I'm very impressed with the management and the staff, how they coordinate, especially the teachers here. Teachers are highly sophisticated here. They are very patient. Sometimes I run out of patience, but I will see teachers still smiling at me, answering every silly question that I might have, okay? And they will take some time to even give you that additional information as to if you're very anxious. They will ensure that, you're relaxed, okay? And it's the same thing the child is treated here as. So that's one thing about the management that I really love about the teachers. They are the driving force, I believe, okay? So here I see that every teacher being patient, always smiling, So one initial thought I had is, I think brother has addressed it in the last orientation. I'm not sure if he remembers this. I had this question: why does the school start at 8 while the other schools are running at 9? He indirectly answered my question, like, of late we have to teach children the time management. That is very, very important. And one thing that my brother spoke about, the child should get up early. So the emphasis was on their daily routine, waking up early is a routine, going to bed like Padma ma'am said, it's very important. The daily routines is something that we as parents should be taking care of. The routine is something that we should be taking care of. Apart from time management skills, the school emphasis on organizational skills. You might ask me how. So, ma'am had this extra craft work. They had amazing activities to do with craft and things like that. And these all were organized, the schedule is amazing. Nothing comes to you as a surprise. They have take time, they work on the schedule. They have certain days that they pick where you could, the child is given opportunity, where you as a parent will have ample of time to gather everything and help the child and enjoy with the child. Okay? So no activity is silly. One day Ms. Sakshi Madhur ma'am called and said we have a button activity. So some of us might feel silly, what is this button activity? So she taught every child how to button his shirt and unbutton it. So I didn't understand the importance of it, but later I understood these are life skills that the management is trying to teach. So please ensure that your child participates in these activities. And they have an amazing website. The newsletters are really amazing if you look at Little Flower. The website talks about every day that is happening. It is not something odd. I believe they are on the top of every news that comes in. And the school has been graciously awarded with so many things. That's the gist I have got from the newsletters or the website that I've seen. So you have to be as a parent on the top of every curriculum that the teacher sends, top of the website. It's an amazing website, ensuring that the child participates in the curricula or the extracurricular activities that they might have. And rightly like Padma was saying, apart from the teachers, we have to ensure with their daily routine, going to bed or raising early, being here. So these are important aspects of the day. And one last thing that I would really want to emphasize on, we all as parents have this anxiety. We are very anxious as to trying to see, what best could be done for my child. So you have done the best thing of having your child joined in here. You have to be participant along with the child. Like I said, the teachers are the driving force. They are highly sophisticated. They have so many years of experience and they beautifully take care of your children. So you have to entrust your children with them, trust every decision that the management is making. So when I had my child joining here, it was a transition phase. From COVID, we were moving to our daily routine life. And the school has taken up the stand. There is always readiness with the management that I have seen. So usually what happens is, for an example, when I was back at home during the COVID, it was very hard for us to get back to office or get back to our daily routine. So it took some time, even as we as a management, to attend every lot of often things that are there. But they have done an amazing job. There was always readiness with the management. They always have preparation for everything that could emphasize on children. They ensure that they have good information about everything that the management is doing. I think that's the best thing. So these are some things that I wanted to share, and some quick advices because I've been part of the school for 1 year now. So some things will be, please ensure that you'll meet the teachers. They have parents and teacher meeting. That's one. Never miss on them. Apart from that, they have different sorts of programs. They have very beautifully conducted an annual day program. We were in the hybrid mode that time, and I was really amazed how the management was able to pull it off. They have beautifully coordinated. They had the annual day competition, the annual day events and different competitions that the children participated in. From singing, dance, poem presentation, and like I told you, they even have a question and answer. They have this set of circles that the teacher creates in the classroom. And that way, the children my child was able to work on his auditory skills, which is very, very important. So that way I can assure you that the child is doing more than the curricula. And yes, the emphasis is on the holistic development. So that's one amazing thing. And the second advice would be, teach your child that organization skills. And apart from that, time management is very, very important. How organized you are impacts the child. That's something that I agree to. And like Padma Juluri was saying, you have to change your routine so that the child mimics the same thing. So that's something that even I have adapted. As a parent, I have learned more from the school. So it was a learning for me and for my child together. Many things that I have seen the teachers do, and that helped me also. So with this, I really want to, congratulate you first for having your child choosing the best, okay? And education is a passport to the future, okay? And the preparation that you have begins from today. So today you have taken an amazing step to have your child on here. And I really congratulate the management for an extended family before you. So congratulations on that. And I would really take this opportunity again to thank Ms. Jessica ma'am, Ms. Archie ma'am, the management. I think they have done a beautiful job. Perhaps they need a good round of applause for, organizing such a magnificent orientation program. Congratulations again, ma'am. Thank you so much again. And with this, I will end. Otherwise, with all of my anxiety, I'm still talking more about the school. So thank you again.
Well, hi. Very good morning to the principal and the vice principal and the guest of honor and other guests. I actually was very confident while coming here about speaking, but seeing the kids talk, I have lost my confidence in the entirety. The kids were so very good. And yeah, today I'm here to actually talk about parenting. I talk about school later, but I first talk about the art of parenting. And I've been asked to talk about the art of parenting. What exactly is art of parenting? Is there any guide to art of parenting? I don't think so. The only way to practice art of good parenting is to understand and to grow with your child every single day. Now, how do we then do that? It's very simple. You give your child good amount of time. By time, I mean you without your cell phones, you without your mobiles, and you without your TVs. Encourage your child to speak to you. Give the child an environment where he thrives to speak, to learn, and to communicate. The most important fact is that these days the schools are absolutely prepared. They are doing everything they can. But what are we doing as parents is that much more important. We as parents, I feel like you must be great parents, because some of the parents, they're not able to give time to our children. So firstly, we have to give time to the children. And next, the most important thing is you build a trust with your child. You make it an exercise wherein your child trusts you to speak about anything and everything he has in his mind. Do not admonish him or her. Let them speak their mind, no matter how trivial, how ignorant, how childish that looks to you as an adult. But that is a child that is talking to you. You try to understand what the child is feeling about any particular thing, then you try to address the issue, and then probably you try to arrive at a solution for what are his problems are. Also and I'm here because my child is just completed his LKG last year from this great institution, and that's the reason I've gotten an opportunity to speak here. So I and my wife, what do? We try to encourage the child to speak about his activities done in school, what is he feeling about school, how is he feeling about his teachers and stuff. And we always try to put that positive thought in his head. There's no point in you talking negative about the school. Then that gives a child a reason to not to go to school. We have to only talk about the positives. We have to be in touch with the teachers. And the teachers here, I tell you, are amazing. They understand your child's psychology. They know how to handle each and every student. That is a great thing. Our job as parents is half easier now because we are joining our children in these schools. And next, what do we do to get the best out of the school or the children? The other point is we have to create an environment. The environment has to be such wherein the child is not too much exposed to unpleasant things. The children pick up very fast of our body language. They feed on our body language, they feed on our language, they feed on the way we behave at homes. They try to emulate the same thing or imitate the same thing at the school or elsewhere. So if our child has to behave properly, or if our child has to be responsible, then it is our responsibility to act and behave in front of our child at least responsibly. The other most important factor is that children are very fast learners. So what do? We have to feed them with something day in, day out, not just the school. We as parents, we have to sit with them, spend more time with them. Maybe we have to identify what their interests are, where their interests rest. And maybe then we as parents will become a little bit successful, because this is a continuous process. As in the guest of honor has already told, it's a 14 years long journey. So we have to carry our children with ourselves, and we have to make them independent. We have to make them more balanced in what they do. And also at home we need to keep the environment more pleasant, and if the child is coming up with his problems and talking to you, I think you are already half successful as a good parent. Your child coming and communicating with you, it means he's comfortable. It means he trusts you to come up with a solution to his problems. It means he believes in you. That is one of the most important things. At school anyways, he believes his teachers, he or her, whatever. But at home, they need to have that environment. And now, that is the part about parenting. Now coming back to the school. I did not study in Littlefar High School, but I studied in Littlefar Junior College. I am a Montfortian, so I am proud of that. And my wife studied in a Montfortian institution. So we were both very happy, and we pestered brother so much. We wanted a seat here. We were a little bit late to apply and all. He was kind enough. He accommodated our request, and we are very happy. And our child, sometimes, he is a little bit cranky, or he is a little bit moody or stuff like that. I think it is in these times we as parents have to support our child. We need to understand the reasons for him being cranky, and then we need to address the issues. Once we do this, the child will be happy at school, at home, and elsewhere. Now again, coming back to the school point, we are very happy, we are very thrilled that our child is part of this wonderful institution. And I think I need to make a special mention about his class teacher. Last year it was Jessica ma'am. Ma'am, thank you so much for taking care of our child, and also the rest of the management. And I also remember the Mary Amma, she also used to take care of our child. We are very much thankful. I think now he is in UKG, and he again has beautiful, great teachers, great ayahs, and great management taking care of him. So yeah, thank you for giving me an opportunity, and thank you for making me a part of this. Thank you so much.
The rubber band and placing into the manual activity. It was the eye and hand coordination which helps the children to write in a proper line. Buttoning activity, which was mentioned, to pull and push the button into the buttonhole. Rangoli activity was used to write the basic strokes. Palm print activity to help them to understand the basic colors. Independence Day was celebrated online with the parents as well. Snack activity helped them to eat healthy. Teachers' Day celebration was also celebrated online. Clay molding helped them to mold numbers.
Before that, I don't know how to say whether this is apology or I have to congratulate the parents, because this hall is supposed to be only for maximum 250. But today, when you count now 250 into 200 oil with a kit, and yet you are able to accommodate all of you in this hall. And few of, I apologize, a few of the parents have to be out. However, they are all participating now at this bill. I cannot make this hall such a big. Usually sometimes we used to have it in outside and the quadrangle, but today's weather does not permit. That's my apology. But having come together in a small, is much more active, and this value also we have to teach the children too. And that's let me introduce the LKG A teacher. This is Mrs. Jessica. Jessica Susan. LKG B is Sheena Jeswal. LKG C, Mary Rachel. LKG D, Usha Rani. LKG E, Akshi Mathur. And of course, your coordinator, Ms. Martina. Some of you must be the student of Martina teacher or animal teacher. They are both here. So Martina teacher is a coordinator for primary. Animal teacher is a coordinator for high school. And I need not introduce Brother Jacob Mother Kundel for your primary in charge. More than me, Brother is me, they will make all of these children.
We have had eminent speakers. I have just come up with one point. How did you feel the day the child was born? The men as well as the women, both can answer, father and mother. How did you all feel? Anyone? Yes?
It's an unforgettable moment.
Yes, wonderful. It's an unforgettable moment. Wonderful. Any other reaction? Can I expect any other answer? How did you feel when you saw your baby? You were waiting for 9 months anxiously. Both of you. Come on.
I felt like a gift from God has arrived.
Wonderful. You have answered my question. This is what I was waiting for. Yeah. A very good answer, a very good reply, has spoken from the heart of a parent. And I'm sure we are proud to have such a father. He has said the child, he looked at the child like a gift from God. The feeling that runs across at that moment is total joy, happiness. Isn't it, parents? So one request, in spite of us having so much of tension and being in a hurry, all those things are there in our life. Every morning when you get up, look at your child with those, that moment of love in your eyes. You'll be able to change his life. Every morning look at your child with love in your eyes. Kiss your child, hug your child. And one of the speakers said, the child should get confidence in you. Once the child becomes confident, oh, my mom is there, my dad is there, I can always go back to them. You'll find when your child grows up, anyone questioning, who is your best friend? Your child will say, my mom, my dad. And I wish you all become those parents. Thank you. Have a great time during your schooling of your child at our school. Thank you, parents.
After principal and the staff, I take this opportunity to thank each one of you and look forward to your continued support and cooperation in future.